and welcome to CX Today. My name is Kieran Devlin, and today's session is How Dialpad Elevates Contact Centers Through AI. I'm delighted to be joined by Natala Menezes, VP of Product Marketing at Dialpad. Natala, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much, Karen. It's really a delight to be here.
Before we explore exactly how Dialpad is elevating contact centers through AI, can you please tell us a little about yourself, Natala, and your journey in tech and what brought you to Dialpad?
Sure, absolutely. So I'm basically a longtime tech nerd. I've worked at big and small companies. I started my career at Google and then have worked at Microsoft, at Amazon, and Salesforce. So lots of big brands and names. But my sweet spot and what I really love is entrepreneurial, innovative companies and startups. I most recently was at Grammarly. And I have to say that the reason that I joined Dialpad was pretty straightforward for me. Um, I had been consulting over the last year, and Craig and Jen, Craig's the CEO and Jen's the CMO, started talking to me about joining Dialpad. And there's so many great aspects of being rooted in Google and some of the history and how they were founded. And then, the reality is that customers just love Dialpad. And the excitement I got when I spoke to people who were using our product was really, really thrilling. The other thing is that I think right now this is an important and changing market. We're all being impacted by AI, but the way in which contact centers, communication, and telephones, and just all of the ways in which we interact with each other, it's become critically important in our everyday. And Dialpad is sort of at that intersection of how do you get customer communications correct, meaningful, and how do you leverage these new technologies to really have a lot of impact. So I'm really excited to be here.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it positions you nicely for today's conversation. But before we move on to Dialpad specifically, Natala, I was wondering if I could please pick your brain and leverage your expertise about the broader state of contact centers and AI. How would you say AI is currently impacting contact centers, and what are the trends we can expect for 2025?
Absolutely. This is something we've been talking a lot as we wrapped up 24 and started looking forward into 2025. The trends that I see is we're going to see continued investment in conversational AI and chatbots. We actually launched a chatbot last year, but this is just like a question that a user asks, and it responds with an answer, helps you get direction. I think we're going to see much more integration and more deeply in the data so that you can get better and deeper answers. They're more unique and more empathetic. I continue to think that that sort of conversational AI is going to be a really big impact, and really improve the customer experience. Um, you know, I live in Silicon Valley, and so we are talking about agents nonstop. And I think this is another area where we're just going to see more individual empowerment of agents so that they can get their everyday work done in a more delightful and meaningful way, both for them and how they experience their work, but also in the way in which they're able to help customers be successful. Part of, I think, what will help that is things like real-time sentiment analysis, that helps them understand, you and I just met, so I might not know that much about you, but with real-time AI, I could maybe get a better insight into your mood or your position, and then I might get some coaching to have better responses. All of that, I think, is going to make agents just much more successful in every single conversation that they have. The other thing is just leveraging AI for things like call summarization and scoring. We used to have to ask customers to fill out CSAT surveys after they had a call, but now we can actually get that information just on how the call itself went. And so I think that's going to make like transformation in how we understand what customers are actually feeling and how we can be more effective with them. And then there's just small things like we used to do call routing based upon a written out plan, and now we can do that intelligently using AI. And I think that kind of stuff is just going to really fundamentally shift how we think about execution and work.
And thank you so much there. That's nicely set the scene, and that allows us to dial in to Dialpad specifically, pun very much intended. Dialpad recently launched Dialpad Support, an AI-powered support and contact center solution. Can you elaborate on what this new solution brings to the market?
So Dialpad has been delivering contact center solutions for some time. We rebranded, we renamed it, and we really super powered the product to be more effective in this AI driven era. And so in many ways, this takes the work that we've done for a long time. And I like to say we started to take it to 11. We're just amping it up and making it more useful to our customers. There were really three focus areas in the work that we did. The first was just delighting customers, making it easier for them to get answers more efficiently and quickly. That was where we launched our AI chatbot, which I think is called AI Assistance. We wanted to be able to provide, proactive support and really contribute to customer satisfaction and loyalty. We know that delighting customers is what every single one of our customers cares the most about. Two, we wanted to make it easy to really empower and elevate managers and giving them toolkits that made it easy to understand what were the trends and how their team was performing. So things like understanding the words that they were using, getting really actual insights on performance, satisfaction. And then we also acquired a company called Surfboard, which is a workforce management tool. And that integration allows you to forecast, schedule, and get reporting just in one unified application. We're really thrilled to have the Surfboard team as part of Dialpad. The last thing is just empowering agents. We really care a lot about the agent experience. And so with the chatbot, we're handling tier one inquiries, but we're also able to deliver agents guidance in real time and really just give them knowledge that they can access at their fingertips to really be more effective in their everyday and just feel more motivated and more supported.
No, absolutely. I think that's one of the lesser heralded benefits of AI is that almost subtle form of agent and team support. And I guess expanding on Dialpad support, what would you say are some of your favorite features from the solution and how are they leveraged in support and contact centers? How do they empower agents?
Sure. I think one of the really exciting features that we have is AI CSAT. And so that gives us, again, we used to ask customers to fill out a form after a call to say, how did it go? There were very low response rates. You can now get 100% of your calls evaluated with our AI CSAT. And that really, gives useful information to what works with customers, what's not working, and what you're seeing at the individual agent, but also across all of your agents. Sometimes it might be training that went awry or just messaging that went out to the field that isn't as effective. And so you can calibrate that and you can immediately see the impact of those changes in the AI CSAT. The other thing that we're doing is just more scorecarding and providing a dashboard to managers so they can see all of the information about how their team's performance is doing, and then they can highlight or capture issues before they become, problems, is what I would say. And then, of course, we're continuing to see customers want to be able to talk to people across all different kind of channels. I mean, voice is still superior in many cases, but chat is obviously really popular. And more we're seeing that end users, customers, they don't actually notice if it was a text or a chat or a voice call. They're just becoming this like seamless integration. They're like, it happened in my life and that's where it happened. I don't remember where. And so just being more effective at omnichannel, or what
Perfect.
I like to say, any channel.
Fantastic. And one final question before I let you go, Natala. What are the plans for the future with Dialpad support?
We have so much exciting stuff planned for 2025. And I think really it's going to be investing in growing our footprint with enterprise customers. So delivering more services for customers at scale. And then making contact centers the epicenter of customer conversations. And so that is delivering delight by really anchoring on empathy, making sure that customers have actionable intelligence they can really use in their everyday that saves them time and gives them more efficiency and better interactions with their customers. You're going to see us continue to invest in that. I think there's a lot of other like different types of features that we're planning to launch. We actually just launched French and Spanish translations, and it's just an exciting time for us at Dialpad.
Terrific. Well, that's a very optimistic note on which to end today's conversation. But it has been a terrific session. So thank you, Natala, for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. It was really a delight.
And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share on social media, and we'll see you next time. I've been Kieran Devlin of CX Today. Thanks for watching.